Hello, everyone. It is time to drop the puck for some biscuits and penalties. I'm your starting goalie, Alex, and joining me as usual is my esteemed and always prepared backup goalie, Koba. How are we doing tonight, Koba?
I'm doing all right, considering I'm the only one with the masks.
That
Yeah,
is
so
fair. That is fair.
it pays to be a backup. You know, you're the one wearing the mask tonight. I have to wear the backup bitch cap. So
For sure. With the NHL and Olympic break, both tournaments off to an amazing start. So tonight we're going to further go over both tournaments. And we'll talk about the United States teams both dominating fashion so far. U.S. first game 5-1 over Latvia, and the women's team blowing out Italy in the quarterfinals 6-0, holding them to 18 shots on goal. I think shooting 26 times, scoring on 6 of those shots. How do you think the United States teams are doing so well, being so dominant in this Olympics? And do you think both teams can take home the gold and leave Italy with the gold medal?
well, I can definitely tell you on the women's side, it's easy enough. You know, on the women's side, it's all about defense and goaltending. That's as you said, on the women's side, they were unable to. They only got less than 20 shots, about 18 shots. You said, yeah. So they haven't been able to get anything through the goaltender. Excuse me. But um, as far as the men's side, that's easy. Tage Thompson. There's a reason why he is the best player on the Buffalo Sabres. There is a reason why he is on Team America, or the United States, excuse me. So 100% it's Tage Thompson.
I definitely agree, and I did notice that during the Latvia United States team, there was a lot of goals. Latvia demanded to get reviewed. There were 2 goals called back for offsides and goalie interference, and I'm just like, I gave you unlimited challenges, but are you that insensitive on trying to lose to America that badly, even though they still lost by 4 goals in the end, to challenge every single shot on? Because if you win, you get more challenges. He won both of them, first off. But I think these refs are being a little soft and a little lenient with challenges. Because, like, in the replay, you couldn't even see if the puck was offsides or not. It was kind of just what the booth thought, and the booth thought it was offsides. But I don't know about these referees. They're a little iffy to me. I feel like they need to fix themselves. I don't know how you feel, Cobra, about the referees in this Olympic tournament so far for the men's, but maybe they might get better. I don't know. I
I
don't know.
I, I don't know what to make on this Olympic crew. I don't know how experienced they are. I will say is there might be a little bit of bias against the United States Olympic hockey team, but that's primarily out of factors beyond the athlete's control. Primarily, it's on the unfortunate fact that Pumpkin Spice Palpatine ruins everything.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll see what happens. How do you feel about Austin Matthews being named captain of Team USA? If you don't like it, who do you think could have also replaced him as captain of the US team?
Well, I just said who could have easily replaced him. Tage Thompson. You know, Tage is playing out of his mind this season. Has been playing out of his mind this season for Buffalo. Buffalo is not really a has is not really a if they're a good team, they're not a great team. And he really stands out in that one, even with Owen Power. But Tage Thompson would definitely deserve the captaincy if it wasn't for Austin Matthews. Because seriously, Austin Matthews is just Austin Matthews. History of Toronto still frightens me because of just that, man.
I definitely agree. I was kind of questioning Austin Matthews being named captain. I thought, though, better players on the United States team that could have been named captain, but I'm not the head coach. I think the head coach, I think, is the current Penguins head coach. Am I mistaken? Top of my brain. Um, but I do want to ask a question though. Do you think any team as of right now, as we are like I think 2 or 3 games into the tournament, is a threat to the United States? Looking at the scores, especially with Czechia being dominant so far, Slovakia looking decent this year, Finland maybe. Obviously, Canada is a bigger one, but out of the three I just named, do you think any of those teams might be a bigger threat than just Canada to the United States as we get deeper into the tournament?
Um, I'm going to say it, Czechia. I think Czechia definitely has a legit case to destroy United States hockey team just because of how stacked they are. Now, as far as goaltending is concerned, that's a little suspect. But but the offensive firepower of Czechia scares me a little bit. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I did definitely agree. I watched them upset Italy first game. I was like, this Czechia team is a little suspicious to me, but I do think that might be our biggest challenge deep in the tournament. Slovakia, I think, could also be a tough team to play against as well. But obviously, the bigger one is Canada. We expect to play them to gold medal tournament, get gold medal match. If it does come down to Canada, it might. Who knows? The Canadian team is pretty solid, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on because there was a big injury during that game that I want to preface of.
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
definitely agree. I think the U.S. team has a good chance this year. I think we have a dominant team. I think goalie plays been well. The offense is playing well. The defense dominant so far. Obviously, one goal game to Latvia is definitely a big challenge to not give up any goals. But I think overall we're playing fast. We're playing well. We're shooting well. And who knows? We could walk out with the gold. I didn't predict it before the tournament started. We both did the predictions. The U.S. was not on my list. I didn't trust this team, but I could be shocked if we do get that far, but I would be happy if we get to the gold medal. It just depends on how well we do tomorrow and deep into the tournament because it's still early on. The women's tournament is about over already because it started early. So, but would you change your picks now, knowing how teams look that you picked prior to the tournament starting? Which I
well,
can tell you who you picked beforehand.
I picked. I think last time I picked Sweden. I picked Sweden, and if I probably would take that back if I had known that the USA hockey team was actually going to be this dominant. But again, Czechia definitely scares me a little bit. I mean, if Czechia actually does it, actually does get gold, it's well earned. But that's just my humble opinion.
Yeah, I do agree. Looking at my list, I would probably take out Sweden and replace them with Czechia or the United States for gold. Because I had Sweden at gold, and looking at the game so far, they haven't been looking that good. And Sweden has a very good team, but has a questionable defense. They gave up 4 goals against Finland, a very weak defensive team. No one gave up 1 goal, but you feel like Sweden has a good team offensively, but the defense has struggled so far this tournament. Makes me question if I was actually giving Sweden the benefit of the doubt prior to it starting, but it's a lot can turn around now to then to now, so it just depends on how Sweden improves. I think they can improve, and but I think I like Finland and Switzerland for bronze and silver. Depends how if Czechia actually Cinderella runs this shit, which it might happen. It's
Yeah,
definitely in the cards to happen.
yeah.
So with the women's tournament nearing its end, I'm wondering who we think will escape with bronze, silver, and gold. So if you have kept up with the standings, Cobra, who do you think will escape Italy with the medals as we turn the corner to the semifinals and then the medal games next week?
Give me 1 second to pull up the Olympic hockey standings. I do apologize for that.
Now you're good. I'm pointing them as well on a sidebar. So I have them at least.
All right. So as it stands, Group A, Canada is leading Group A uh, with 6 points, with 2 wins. Switzerland, of course, it has 1 win and 1 loss. Uh, Slovakia, no, that's right. Oh, that's Czechia. That's Czechia. Excuse me. 1 win, 1 loss, and France 0-2. Then Slovakia in Group B, 2 wins. Finland 1 win, 1 loss. Sweden 1 win, 1 loss. Italy only 2 losses. Germany 1 win. America 1 win. Denmark 1 loss, and Latvia 1 loss. So, um, if I of these, I would say, and this is just a bold prediction. I am saying that as it stands, I would take America with gold. I am taking Germany with bronze, and not Germany with silver, and Canada with bronze. That is
Definitely
bold.
interesting. And looking at the standings for me so far, I do agree that the United States women's team will walk out with gold. They have played dominant offense, dominant defense. They're hitting hard. The goalie play is fantastic. This PWHL tunnel to the Olympics has paid off phenomenally for the U.S. team. I think Sweden is going to take silver. I think Sweden has a very dominant team that could be in the United States' way if it does come to first and second place in the Olympics this year. Taking the bronze for me, it's a tough decision because Canada's looking good, Germany's looking well, Czechia could be in contention, but I'm gonna go with the Germans with the bronze. I do think Germany out of Group B could be dominant deep into the tournament. Could give Sweden a run for their money. Could give us a run for our money if they do get to the gold medal match, which could be possible. I think it is definitely possible to have it that deep. Um, but yeah, I'm definitely excited to see where this tournament goes with the women's side because it's looking pretty solid with the teams playing in it. But before we move on, we're gonna talk about our affiliate. So Cobra, take it away.
All right. Our affiliate today is a brand new affiliate that we definitely have in the bio wherever you get your podcasts, and that is our friends at Underbrush Gum. Yes, Underbrush Gum. You've probably seen them on social medias. They are the first remineralizing chewing gum. Basically, it's not just fresh breath, but also the ability to restore the enamel, the enamel in your teeth. And they do it with all natural ingredients too. So even though that's how it feels to chew 5 gum, this is a different type of gum that actually reinvigorates your teeth and actually restores it better. So if you want to try how an all natural gum, and I mean natural gum, no artificial gum base, how an real gum actually tastes and feels, use our affiliate in the YouTube bio wherever you get your podcasts. Show this channel some love. I've got it. I've got a variety pack on the way, so I will definitely give this a try. Why don't you guys do the same? Our friends at Underbrush, and of course, Handed Down Sports Media, would like to thank you with that.
Yeah, definitely check out our friends over at Underbrush to get some good tasting gum and to fix your enamel in your teeth. If you don't like going to the dentist's office, because an apple away keeps doctor away, Underbrush keeps the dentist away.
That was improv.
But Kevin Fiala of Team Switzerland was stretched off the ice against Team Canada 5-1 loss after a brutal hit from Canadian forward Washington Capital defenseman Tom Wilson. Hit him against the boards. He fell on his leg. he got up on his knees but could not get up from his knees, so he was stretched off the ice. Tom Wilson did say it was a routine hit that happens all the time in the NHL, and the Switzerland forward defended Tom Wilson, saying he had no intention on hurting Fiala. So hopefully Fiala is back. The coach did say it was a tough moment for the team and for Kevin Fiala. But do you think Kevin Fiala is going to be back for Team Switzerland? Do you think this is a long-term lower leg injury that could keep him out long-term of the tournament?
He is out for the tournament. No other way to say it. He's out. Um, but I will also say, it's not going to be. He's not going to be finishing the tournament. But will he be back in time for the playoffs? The answer is yes. So this is a tough break for Switzerland, but at the same time, it is hockey. It's just one of those things. So, sorry about that, Switzerland.
Yeah, I've talked about Tom Wilson on this podcast before as a Capitals fan. He plays with speed and he plays to hit hard, and he does hit hard and he does hit aggressively against the
He,
boards. So it's what
Tom
Tom Wilson
Wilson.
does,
Tom
unfortunately.
Wilson also lives rent free in James Dolan's head.
If you watch any Capitals game, Tom Wilson is out to take your head off, whether you not you ask for it or not, because he plays aggressive and he plays to hit. And unfortunately, hits happen like this. That people get injured, get concussed. But I'm happy that the Swisher defend forward basically said, "Yeah, I looked at the hit. Wilson had no intention of hurting him, because obviously you can't control how a hit goes with the other player. You can control who you hit, but the other player you can't control where their body goes. I've seen some brutal NHL hits in my lifetime, but I have not seen the hit. I didn't watch the Switzerland game. I just noticed it in my research, so I have to go back and watch it to see what Wilson did. But Wilson does hit hard, and he will hurt you if you are in the wrong direction for time. It looks like Kevin Fiala was in the wrong position when Wilson did hit him, and he might have, tweaked his leg or luckily it's not a long term injury. I do think Kevin Fiala is a big part of Team Switzerland, and I hope Switzerland can use this as a fire on their asses to go deep because they should need him back for the medal game. So hopefully this isn't a damper on Switzerland and what they do. But do you think Switzerland has an opportunity to go deep in the tournament? Or do you think Canada or another team like that could get in their way?
It's possible. I mean, anything is possible. To be fair, um, but do I think Switzerland's going to go far? I don't think so.
Yeah, I think it's a possibility too. But there's too many good teams in this tournament for the men's. The United States, Czechia, Canada, potentially the Swiss if they get the turnaround going. If the Canada Fire injury will light something under them, I think there are a lot of good teams. But out of everything, I do think it will come down to either Canada and the United States, Czechia and the United States, or potentially Germany if they can flip a switch. But I do think the gold medal game will come down to Canada like it will and always have. It seems like it will be. I don't think Slovakia has an opportunity to go deep. I think Slovakia will crumble in this tournament against a really powerful team. Looking at some of the scores, they struggled. I mean, if you look at Slovakia yesterday, they barely beat Italy. Italy, I don't think has a solid squad on the flip side of the coin defensively to hold Slovakia and beat them by more than a goal. And Italy has been dominating. If you look at the medal counts, Italy I think is second in the medal count. So the host country has a light under the a fire under their asses this year to win everything because they have dominated the Olympics so far, and not just in hockey, but in the medal count in general. So it's definitely an interesting thing to talk about. But with that being said, we're talking about the standings for both the men's and women's side of the tournament. So, do you want to start with the men's first or the women's first, Cobra?
Give me 1 second to pull that up. Um, all right. I'm gonna do the men's. Like I said, in Group A, Canada leads. Canada leads the way in Group A, 2-0 with 6 points. Switzerland, 1 win and 1 loss for 3 points. Czechia, 1 win, 1 loss, 3 points. And France, 2 losses, no points at all. Group B, we have Slovakia with 2 wins, 6 points. We have Finland, 1 win, 1 loss with 3 points. The Super Swedes, Sweden with 1 win, 1 loss, 3 points. And Italia, the host country, 0 wins, 2 losses, no points. And in Group C, Germany, 1 win with 3 points. USA, 1 win, 3 points. Denmark, 1 loss, no points. And Latvia, no wins. No, 1 loss, no points.
Definitely an interesting standing, especially in Group A. It seems like it's anybody's ball game between Canada, the Czechia, and Switzerland, and see who wins that grudge fest. But on the flip side, and the women's in Group A, the United States has been unbelievable. Winning not one, not two, not three, not four, but all 5 games they have played. They have 5 wins with 15 points. Looks to be the clear winner in the Group A. Canada, right behind them, 3 wins, 1 loss, 9 points. Czechia, 1 win, 1 overtime loss, and 3 regulation losses with 4 points. Finland, 1 win, 3 losses, 3 points. And Switzerland, 1 overtime win, 3 regulation losses with 2 points. And Group B, the Sweden leads with 5 wins and 15 points. Germany, 2 wins, 1 overtime win, and 1 regulation loss with 8 points. Italy, the host country, 2 wins, 3 losses, and 6 points. Japan, 1 win, 3 losses with 3 points. And France rounding out Group B, no wins, no overtime wins, but 1 overtime loss, 3 regulation losses with 1 point. So that being said, we're going to talk about games of the weekend. 2 games for Saturday, 1 for Sunday. So, Koba, what are you tuning into this weekend for Olympic play on the men's and women's side of the coin?
All right, give me 1 second. All right, so for tomorrow, looks like we got the women's. I'm gonna take Finland and Switch. Give me Finland and Switzerland, and and for the men's side, give me Sweden and Slovakia.
And do you have a game for Sunday you will be tuning into for the men's tournament? Because the women's tournament does not play on Sunday, just the
Uh,
men's.
United States, Germany.
The rivalry upon all rivalries for the men's tournament. For me, Saturday I will be looking at the men's tournament for Latvia and Germany, and then give me both Germany games. Give me Germany, Canada for the women's. I think that's going to be a grudge fest of a quarterfinal game. Could go deep, overtime, maybe a shootout, depending on what happens on the goal side for both teams. And for Sunday, my one game, I am very interested with Czechia and Switzerland, knowing Switzerland is battling for the top spot of Group A, and Czechia also battling for that spot. I think that would be a very fun game to watch in terms of what's at stake in Group A, battling with the United States to get that top spot. So I would like to plug our other podcasts. We have the Lap Down, a racing podcast with Greg and Ryan. We are gearing up for the biggest race of the regular season. Daytona 500 is this Sunday. We're all excited for it. I'm pumped for it. Hopefully, the
and
rain
and I just wanted
holds
to
off.
add I just wanted to add for the lap down. We do have correspondents there already enjoying the races. So shout out Eli. Thank you for that.
Definitely agree. The Gutter Edge, our bowling podcast with Cobra and Ricky Swearingen, they are gearing up as they are doing a kind of a beginners podcast for you beginner bowlers out there to get going into your leagues and hopefully be on the
And
level of some of the legends.
And speaking of legends, we are going to have Sean Rash on the podcast. So if you want to hear tips and tricks from a PBA legend, a Hall of Famer, uh, do tune in.
Definitely exciting news. Hopefully, we can get someone on here. I've been trying to get someone on here for a while, but gears have not been shifting for me. But hopefully, soon we'll have a guest on Biscuits and Penalties. Passing the Pigskin, a college football podcast with Billy. We are excited to get that back up again when the season starts again. Dirt and Turf, a baseball podcast with Kat. We are so excited for spring training. This is reported, and we're gearing up for the World Baseball Classic and then opening day in
Yep,
March.
yep. We will definitely get ready to be back onto the field. So grab your seats and grab your gum. Probably, funnily enough, Underbrush Gum. So our affiliate shout out there.
Definitely agree. The Hard Count, a football podcast. I believe we are doing a draft special when the draft comes and goes.
We're not only going to be doing a draft special, we're also going to basically do a free agency rundown as well when that happens. So be on the lookout for that one as well.
Definitely, we have the Handed Down Bench or Shooting the Shit podcast. We are hopefully going to get that figured out here soon to get back on talking things non-sports because sometimes we all need a sports break from the sports insanity world. Even though it's fun to talk about, we see a timeout sometimes from it. We have the Handed Down Beatdown, our wrestling podcast, where I believe will either be this Sunday or next
Yes,
Sunday.
it is this Sunday.
This Sunday, we will be gearing up for the
Oh, we lost Alex's mic. Alex, yeah, sorry, the Handed Down Beatdown or Pro Wrestling Podcast. We have a lot to talk about there, especially with LA Knight advancing to the Elimination Chamber. So be on the lookout for that one.
Yes, indeed. I think I'm back. I hope I'm back.
Hope so.
Stupid Mike. With that being said, we are on Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, and Patreon, as well as Arizona Iced Tea, and wherever you get your podcast from. Click all the links in our bios to get discounts and promo codes for our affiliates, especially our brand new one, Underbrush, to fix your dental care without going to the dentist. That is the final horn, so we'll have to step off the ice. Good night, everybody.